The Democratic Party, which has brought the American people nothing but unconstitutional job-killing legislation and impeachment madness over the past 3 years, crawled out of their hole to explain the secretive coup they are engaging in upon the duly elected President of the United States.
Donald Trump betrayed his oath of office. He abused his power by pressuring a foreign leader to target an American citizen for political gain and withheld $391 million in aid to accomplish that invidious objective. That is textbook abuse of power. It betrays and undermines our national security as well as the integrity of our elections by soliciting foreign interference in the 2020 election. That is the issue.
Meanwhile, propaganda becomes the overall modus operandi of mass media in America.
This video right here appearing to show Turkey's military bombing Kurd civilians in a Syrian border town. The Kurds who fought alongside the U.S. against ISIS.
And under that umbrella of deceit, our government is holding undemocratic secret meetings to impeach the President of the United States based on conjecture and slander.
This strikes me as a call that's really more appropriate to be reading a transcript of from a mob wiretap.
This is how a mafia boss talks.
We always have people talking about how Donald Trump speaks like a mobster.
I don't like these mafia-like tactics to try to intimidate witnesses.
We see this from mob bosses. We do not see this from presidents.
Regardless of what the Mockingbird media says, there is no evidence of mafia-style quid pro quo. Of course, there's plenty when it comes to Hunter Biden.
Do you regret being on the board to begin with?
No, I don't regret being on the board. What I regret is not taking into account that there would be a Rudy Giuliani and a president of the United States that would be listening to this ridiculous conspiracy idea, which has, again, been completely debunked by everyone.
Some of the questions that I have, the deputy chief of mission in Ukraine was Ambassador Kent from 2015 to 2018. What did he know about Burisma, a corrupt foreign company? An investigation that was going on not just against Burisma, but also against a corrupt Ukrainian oligarch, Zlochevsky. That the sitting vice president's son, with no energy experience and no Ukraine experience, gets hired at $50,000 a month at least, because into his own admission, only because of his last name.
The fact that you were the son of the vice president.
Yeah, no.
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
The point man for the Obama administration is the vice president, in charge of the loans, the grants, delegated all of this authority on behalf of the United States government. He goes to Ukraine and threatens Ukraine with the loss of $1 billion if they don't immediately fire Shokin, who, by the way, had an open investigation into Burisma and Zlochevsky. Now, for some reason, Hunter Biden and some in the media like to say that that's debunked, like one big broad brush. Debunked. Do you know that every single thing that I said is 100% completely, indisputably accurate?
In the past, impeachment hearings were regarded as so severe that it was paramount that transparency and bipartisan debate dominated those proceedings.
We are beginning these hearings today in an atmosphere of utmost gravity. The questions that have been raised in the wake of the June 17 break-in strike at the very undergirding of our democracy. If the many allegations made to this date are true, then the burglars who broke into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee at the Watergate were in effect breaking into the home of every citizen of the United States. And if these allegations proved to be true, what they were seeking to steal was not the jewels, money, or other property of American citizens, but something much more valuable, their most precious heritage, the right to vote in a free election.
We will inquire into every fact and follow every lead, unrestrained by any fear of where that lead might ultimately take us.
Nowadays, in this New World Order slow roll takeover, the Republican minority can't even get subpoena power.
You can't leak grand jury information. We're told not to talk about any of this testimony publicly, but yet they seem to release little, portions that benefit their case. That's not how a prosecutor works. That's not how a case works. It violates federal law, and yet that's the process in which he is proceeding on. This should be an open proceeding. We should have open hearings on this. The American people should be able to watch this. You're sitting out here for 12 hours a day not knowing what's going on in there, and most members of Congress have no idea what's going on in there. Being led by one man and one speaker. That is not democracy at all, and it defies democracy.
But fear not. The Democrats and their bureaucratic intelligence minions face investigations from Attorney General Barr, U.S. Attorney John Durham, and the FISA report from the Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz is soon to be revealed. John Bowne reporting.